Hello, this is Jennifer from Paper This and That. This is the card we will be creating today. It's a graduation card, and I used 2 stamp sets with this. One is called Diploma Day, which is here it is right there, and the other one is Smarty Pants. Now I don't know how long these stamps are going to be around, but you may want to grab them now because they are going to be they may be discontinued when our new catalog comes out August 1st. Now here I am going to be starting with my stamping. I am going to stamp the sentiment from Diploma Day. And I am going to be using the graduation cap from Smarty Pants. Just kind of straighten up. Yeah. You want to be careful with the Misty. I love the Misty tool, and I end up having to stamp the sentiment twice because it wasn't as clear as what I wanted it to. But you got to watch those magnets. I'm surprised I haven't broken mine yet. I have pinched my fingers a couple times. Now I am inking it up right now. At the time, I just grabbed my StazOn ink, not paying attention that my archival ink was right by me, and you can see it's well loved ink all over it. But I used StazOn on this one. It looked pretty good, but there were a couple splotchy places, so I decided, well, I'm putting it back on the Misty, and because I didn't move the stamp, I could stamp again without worrying about a ghost stamp. Now, I really liked how crisp and clear that came out. Then I kind of broke the video here. I cleaned up my stamp and everything. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the hat. It's from a piece of gold from one of the paper collections from the Happy Times that was available in May. I've got several packs of it, of the Happy Times. I love that paper pack. And you will see where I use it on the card too, where I use the zip strip from one of the pieces of paper on there. And I stamp the, trying to remember if I stamp this once or twice here. And then it starts to smudge. I end up having to take my heat tool to it, but yeah, I do stamp it twice, so I could get a good impression there on that gold foil. And here I go ahead and I am putting down the sentiment. Then on either side I'll put these diagonal gold stripe strips. That was actually the zip strip from one of the paper pack pieces of paper from the Happy Times paper pack. I haven't put a video out in quite a while. Life has just been hectic, and being back to work, I put out a lot of videos when I was off of work with my knee surgery. But since I've been back to work, I really haven't had the time. But I decided I was going to make time today. Well, there you go. There you have it. I thought that looked very classy. And then I'm going to be taking a piece of black paper and stamping a sentiment on it. And I'm also going to fussy cut out the, yep, see, it's smudging there, so I have to take my heat tool. But I'm going to be cutting that graduation hat out of that gold. Now, it's not bothering me so much that it's smudged a little bit. Kind of adds a little bit of character to it, I think. Like some distress look to it. But I did, you can see I gave the thumbs up because it didn't smear anymore after I took the heat tool to it. It was just very slow to dry because as a non-porous surface, that gold foil. And then next I'm going to go ahead and take and stamp the sentiment. I'm going to use Versamark ink, and then I'm going to use white embossing powder. And once again, I have to put a sticky note, I think, on my ink pads, or on my Versamark ink. Use Embossing Buddy. I was a little bit delayed there because I was trying to find my embossing powder. I'm lining my ink up. I'm slightly off frame here. I couldn't find my clear embossing powder. Then it dawned on me, wait a second. I'm glad I didn't. I would have used clear and it would not have been what I wanted because I needed something opaque. There I am inking it up. And then I decided I only wanted You Got This. That stamp actually had two parts, so it says I know you got this, and I only wanted the You Got This, so I put like a little mask on the stamp before I stamped it. That's what that little blue piece of paper was. Here is where I'm going to go ahead and put my embossing powder on there. That is Ranger, and we sell the Ranger embossing powder at Close to My Heart. Taking a paintbrush and trying to get the excess off. There was a lot. I should have used the embossing buddy, and I didn't even think about it until after the fact. But it does remind me I still have to find my container of clear embossing powder. Figure out where did I stash it. There I am going and embossing it. I'm going to be doing another video soon of my art journal, but that's going to be a whole nother video. Show some of my artwork, how it's progressed. I love art journaling. Okay, I'm figuring out placement, and I'm going to end up doing a dovetail ends to make it like a banner. I'm going to pop it up on foam tape. Figuring out how I want to place it, because I'm figuring I have to get the graduation cap in there somehow too. What's not shown on the video is I added a single sequence onto the flag, only because I had on the inside there was a smudge mark that I covered up with some sequence, and I thought, well, to tie it in, I'm going to put sequence on the outside, a single sequence. And the graduation hat, I wanted it popped up a little bit higher, so I doubled up the 3D foam tape there. Now I'm just trying to figure out where I'm placing it. Then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside sentiment. Then I decided, well, you know what, I'm going to leave it blank to write your own sentiment, and what I end up doing is stamping a graduation cap at the bottom, and you'll see I'll do that here in a moment. Didn't use the Misty for this. I did make a mistake though, as you will see coming up. I inked up the wrong side of the stamp. It wasn't the side that had the indentation to separate the brim from the main part. And so it came up as one solid image. But I'm okay with that. It's like, wasn't that big of a deal. I realized after that, and that's, oh, what I wanted to mention, that's nice about that mat that I have. You flip it on the other side, it's foam. Great for stamping if you're going to use just a stamping block instead. So here's another picture of the outside. I thank you for watching, and you have a great day.